Namaskaram everyone. I'm here in the outer perimeters of the Gir National Forest. Here you see behind me the Jamjir Dhodha, the Jamjir waterfall that is named after Jamadagni Rishi. The locals here refer to him as Jamgani Rishi, and he is said to have meditated here for many years, hundreds of years they say. And Jamadagni Rishi was the father of Lord Parashurama, who was the incarnation of Lord Vishnu, two incarnations before Sri Krishna. So here I am practicing the fourth of the 18 most important shlokas of Bhagavad Gita, writing it in the Gujarati script, understanding its meaning in English, and then trying to learn Gujarati vocabulary by learning the Gujarati translation of the same shloka. This fourth of the 18 most important shlokas is the 24th shloka from the fourth adhyaya of Bhagavad Gita. First, let us look at how to chant this shloka correctly. It is Brahmarpanam Brahma Havir Brahmagnau Brahmana Hutam Brahmaiva Tena Gantavyam Brahma Karma Samadhina. Before we go into the meanings of this shloka, let us look at how to write it in the Gujarati script first. It is Brahmarpanam Brahma Havir. So the you write ba first and then write the It is Brahma Havir. Brahma Havir ba ra Havir Brahma now Brahma na hu tam Brahmaiva Tena Gantavyam Brahma Karma Samadhina. I noticed that many people have this question as to how to utter the word Brahma. Is it Brahma, the way it is written sequentially, or is it Brahma with ma coming in front of ha, which occurs first when we write it? So this is the rule when uttering ha, the consonant ha, along with any of the nasal sounds in the 5 rows of consonants. At the end of each row of consonants, we have a nasal sound, a nasal consonant. In the sequence, they are nga in the kakha gagha nga, nya in the chacha jajha nya, na in the tatha dadha na in the tatha dadha na, and ma in the papha babha ma rows. So whenever these last nyamangana nam nasal consonants are uttered along with ha, they are uttered first and then ha is uttered. So it is Brahma, Janhavi, Madhyanham, and so on. So wherever you see the word Brahma, it is not to be confused and uttered as Brahma. The meaning of this shloka, it is important to understand the context in which Shri Krishna is saying these words. So we have seen that Krishna has already presented to Arjuna the nature of the self. He has revealed to Arjuna that this self is immortal, permanent, eternal, it is without birth or death. And he also in the next shloka mentioned that the attributes and qualities that one has and the activities that one performs are all within the realm of the senses and do not affect, and are the self within, Atma, is not touched or smeared by these kinds of qualities or attributes and activities. Gunas and karmas are aloof. Then Arjuna has further doubts, he has more such confusions about what is the nature of that activity, then why does that even occur in the first place. So, if the self is not smeared by those actions and qualities, what is their true nature then? And Shri Krishna says, even when the self is not touched by those activities, the activity itself is of the nature of the creator. So, what that activity is here is referred to by the name yajna. So, can all activities be referred to by the name yajna? No. So, there is karma and there is yajna. So, when does something become a yajna? Generally in the world, yajna is understood as a ritual that involves fire and then offerings into the fire, a performer of the yajna and the results of the yajna. There is that ritual aspect of a yajna. And at the same time, the physical processes that happen within the body are also referred to as yajnas. When the fire inside, be it the fire of hunger, be it the fire of desire, of lust, of every bodily process which requires energy, all of that can also be referred to as yajna when they are conducted in a certain way. So, the fires, of course, all of these of lust, of union, of sexual desire, of physical hunger, all of these are Jatharagni is the fire of hunger, Kamagni is the fire of lust. So, all of these can also be handled the same way we handle the fire of a ritualistic yajna. So, in that context, when does that become yajna? When it is performed with that understanding that everything that goes into it, everything that is associated with the performance of that activity is of the nature of the creator itself, of the principle of creation itself. So, that principle of creation that pervades all of existence is referred to by the term Brahma. So, who is that Brahma and in which processes of yajna is Brahma attached to or is Brahma present? Brahma Arpanam, the process of offering into the yajna, that action of offering something into a yajna is Brahma. Be it eating, be it participating in sexual union, or be it pouring ghee or other dravyas of the ritual into the fire, that process itself of eating, of having intercourse, of offering something into the fire of creation, that process itself is Brahma, Brahmarpanam. Brahma Havihi, that which is being offered, the food that goes in, the physical body that is used, the emotions and the thought processes that are involved in union, in physical union, and the offerings, the substances that are put into the fire, the Havihi, is also Brahma. Brahma Arpanam, Brahma is the process of putting it, Brahma is the substance that is being put into the yajna. Brahma Agnau, in that Agni, which is also of the form of Brahma, the Agni into which this is going in is also Brahma. So, the hunger that happens is Brahma, the desire that happens, the lust that happens is Brahma, and the fire that is burnt in a yajna is Brahma. Brahma Agnau, into that Agni which is of the form of Brahma, Brahmana Hutam. It is by Brahma that offering is done. So, who is performing this activity? Who is the one who is eating? Who is the one who is participating in that sexual union? Who is the one who is performing that yajna? That too, the performer too is Brahma. Brahmarpanam, Brahma Havihi, Brahmagnau, Brahmana Hutam, Brahmaiva Tena Gantavyam. Gantavyam is the destination. Where does it reach? So, who is it towards? What is the process being performed for? That itself is Brahma. Brahmaiva Tena Gantavyam. By that offering, the final destination that needs to be reached by that offering is itself Brahma. So, how does it reach Brahma? Brahma Karma Samadhina. The process, the method in which it reaches Brahma is karma samadhi. So when that karma, any activity is performed in equanimity with that, in the process of samadhi, samadhi is, there are many interpretations of samadhi. Patanjali Yoga Sutras describe it in enormous detail. But when it is approached with that understanding that this Brahma is that which pervades everything, that karma is then fit to be referred to as yajna, and through that process of karma samadhi, which in itself is again Brahma, this transference of that which is offered happens into Brahma itself. So everything that is involved, from the doer to the activity to its result to its destination, everything that exists, so subject, object and verb, all of them are referred to here as Brahma. Once again the shloka is uttered like this: Brahmarpanam Brahma Havir Brahmagnau Brahmana Hutam Brahmaiva Tena Gantavyam Brahma Karma Samadhina. I hope the English meaning of it is clear. Let me now practice reading and writing the Gujarati translation of this shloka. યજ્ઞમાં અર્પણ કરવું બ્રહ્મ છે. યજ્ઞમાં અર્પણ થતી વસ્તુ બ્રહ્મ છે. બ્રહ્મરૂપી અગ્નિમાં બ્રહ્મ દ્વારા જ અર્પણ કરાય છે. બ્રહ્મરૂપી કર્મ સમાધિ દ્વારા તે અર્પણનું ગંતવ્ય પણ બ્રહ્મ જ છે. Let me now practice writing these words. યજ્ઞમાં અર્પણ કરવું બ્રહ્મ છે. યજ્ઞમાં અર્પણ કરવું બ્રહ્મ છે. યજ્ઞમાં અર્પણ થતી વસ્તુ બ્રહ્મ છે. બ્રહ્મ રૂપી અગ્નિમાં બ્રહ્મ દ્વારા જ અર્પણ કરાય છે. બ્રહ્મ રૂપી કર્મ, let me write કર્મ સમાધિ દ્વારા તે અર્પણનું ગંતવ્ય પણ બ્રહ્મ જ છે. So this is how we have now learnt some more Bhagavad Gita, and I have practiced reading and writing and learning some more Gujarati language. See you in the next video of this playlist. Namaskaram.